today the search is still on between two states, Texas and Alabama, where police are looking for a mother who abandoned her 12-year-old daughter along with her 3-year-old son for 2 months. An arrest warrant was issued back in early December by the Roman Forest Police Department for this woman right here. Take a good look. She is still on the run. She could be in Texas or Alabama. If you know where this woman is, please use the number below in the description to contact the authorities. All of this is for the condition that she left her kids in, the tremendous pressure that she placed on her daughter to take care of a baby all by herself, while also covering for her mother because she did not want to leave her baby brother behind. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Click the notification bell for all updates. If you're watching from Montgomery County, Texas, just north of Houston, let me know below. Or if you are in Mobile, Alabama, drop it below in the comments. Raven Yates, a 31-year-old mother who once said that she worked in insurance and credit repair.
I'm a licensed insurance adjuster and I own a tax company. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a woman of stature and prestige.
Is now being described as a woman who could care less about her kids and more about getting attention on IG. While away from her kids, this woman continued to post videos on social media in her Magic City uniform, looking to get attention from men. Authorities say that she totally abandoned her kids. She's been charged with 2 counts of abandonment for leaving her 12-year-old daughter and her 3-year-old son alone with no intent to return. It was the father of the 12-year-old girl who alerted police. He's living and working in California. Now get this. The father says he's been going through a custody battle with Raven over his 12-year-old daughter. And yes, isn't it amazing how they will take fathers through all of this over kids that they don't even want? Ma'am, if you didn't want your kids, why didn't you just give them to their fathers? The father contacted police back in November when he found out his daughter had been alone with her baby brother since September 28th in a Texas home that was rented by her mother. At first, he had no clue his daughter was alone because his daughter was covering for her mother. She kept telling her father that her mother was at work. She was calling her dad to order food for her that she would share with her baby brother. Then one day, the father got a call from Raven's mother, that's his daughter's grandmother, who said that she saw Raven in Mobile, Alabama, and told him that she didn't have her kids. That's when the father put 2 and 2 together and called the police. When questioned by authorities, the 12-year-old admitted to hiding the situation that she was in along with her baby brother because she was afraid that her dad would come and pick her up and her brother would be left alone. The 2 kids, they have different fathers. Raven also has a 14-year-old daughter from another man that reportedly ran away from home just weeks before Raven left her other 2 kids at home alone. During their weeks alone, the 12-year-old and her 3-year-old brother had limited access to food or medicine. The only food they had was the food that the 12-year-old would get her father to order for her. And then once he figured out what was going on, her dad jumped on a plane from California and rushed to Texas to see what was happening with his daughter. He met the police at the house where the 2 kids were staying. That's where they found the kids had no food on the shelves or the refrigerator. The only food left in the house? Seasonings and dry beans. They also reported strong urine smells coming from the 3-year-old's room. And the 12-year-old, she was not registered for school.
A Montgomery County mother is wanted by police in 2 different states tonight after investigators say her 2 young children were found in deplorable living conditions.
The 12 and 3-year-old were left alone to fend for themselves for nearly 2 months. ABC 13's Brooke Taylor is live outside the home where all of this happened. Brooke?
Yeah, all of this really hard to believe. Now, the mom left about a few months ago, but they moved into this home a year ago, and the children were never enrolled in school in Texas. So officials tell me it was really easy for all of this to just go unnoticed. Inside this home, a nightmare for 2 young children, 12 and 3 years old. Roman Forest Police Chief Stephen Carlisle says they were abandoned for nearly 2 months.
There was no food in the house. Everything was empty. There was some dry beans and some spices is about it.
Their mother, Raven Yates, left them in late September, he says. There's been a warrant out for her arrest since December. Investigators say the 12-year-old never told anyone because she was threatened by what might happen to her little brother. They have different fathers.
And she was afraid that her father was going to take her and leaving the 3-year-old by himself.
Fearful, she obeyed. She'd call her father, saying mom was working and he would send food. According to police, he's a music producer in California. He called police once family members spotted Yates in Mobile, Alabama, where she's from, without her kids.
When he got a call from his ex-mother-in-law and they put two and two together, he caught the first plane over here.
Investigators shocked to see how they were living.
The officers checked the bedroom of the children and discovered heavy urine odor coming from the 3-year-old's bed.
Yates continues to be active on social media, posting to her thousands of followers as investigators work with Mobile police to arrest the 31-year-old's mom. She's wanted on 2 counts of abandoning or endangering a child without intent to return. She hasn't responded to our messages.
A 12-year-old cannot take care of a 3-year-old for a long period of time. It's dangerous, especially over a month and a half. It's dangerous, it's irresponsible of a parent.
Now, Yates also has a 14-year-old girl. She was reported as a runaway around the same time when police say she left the younger children. Tonight, though, police tell me all 3 children have been reunited. They are safe and they are with a family member in Alabama.
This isn't Raven's first run-in with the law. Back in 2018, she was arrested in Mobile, Alabama after the repo man showed up to her house and she attacked him.
Woman accused of attacking a repo man with a box cutter is in Metro Jail.
News 5's Dana Winter joins us from Mobile Police Headquarters.
26-year-old Raven Yates had quite a bit to say as she made her way from Mobile Police Headquarters to Mobile Metro Jail. Police say Raven Yates and Keith Hall were home when a repo driver came to repossess their cars. That's when officers say Yates attacked the repo driver with a box cutter, then went after him with a rubber mallet and fire extinguisher. But as she was being transported to Mobile Metro Jail, Yates denied involvement.
I'm innocent. I never had a record. I'm a licensed insurance adjuster and I own a tax company. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a woman of statute and prestige.
Mobile police say they're still looking for Keith Hall. Yates is charged with assault, robbery, and unlawfully breaking in and entering a motor vehicle. Reporting outside of Mobile Police Headquarters, Dana Winter, WKRG News 5.
All 3 kids are now with Raven's mother. They found the 14-year-old daughter that ran away and reunited her with her 12-year-old sister and 3-year-old brother. My thing is, I strongly believe that Raven's family, including her mother, knew that she left those kids alone, but they did not want to report her. How is it that after almost 2 months and one of the fathers started calling around asking questions, all of a sudden her mother called him telling on her daughter? You notice who the grandmother didn't call? The police. She didn't want to be the one to tell on her daughter, so she got one of the fathers to do it. Then the authorities and everyone else immediately decided that it was Raven's mother who was fit to have these kids. I guarantee that woman knew her grandkids had been left alone by her daughter, and now the same woman who was aware of this information and who did not contact authorities, really protecting her daughter, she was the one most fit to take the kids? I believe the father should have taken his daughter from all of those people. I'm sure the girl wanted to stay with her brother and sister and knew her father wouldn't take the other kids as well because they did not belong to him. But honestly, it doesn't matter what she really wanted. She has no clue what's best for her. She's just a kid. So now all the kids are going to somehow be raised better by the grandmother who cared more about caping for her daughter than the well-being of the kids? We're talking about kids literally being left alone to fend for themselves. And one kid so brainwashed that she would stay in the situation although she knew her father could come and rescue her. She didn't want to tell him what was going on out of fear of being separated from her brother. I'm sorry, at 12 years old, it is not her responsibility to take care of a baby. This girl is supposed to be in middle school, learning and socializing with other students her age, not being a mother to her brother because her mom is a deadbeat. And no, it is not her fault that her mother had 3 different kids from 3 different men and didn't want to take care of them. Look at this situation here. Look at the pressure that's being placed on this girl. And we all know why she didn't want to give the kids up to their fathers. Did you see how nice that home was? We already know that she has a voucher and she's getting all kind of benefits for these kids. Yet she left them alone with no food. Meanwhile, she was bragging on Instagram about how good she was eating. She left her kids with nothing to eat, yet she didn't miss a meal. On top of that, she was on IG in front of over 200,000 followers, promoting her 18+ content, trying to get men to sign up for that, getting her makeup done. She's trying to sell clothes online and promote herself as a tax professional. Yeah, this woman who doesn't care about her kids, she's trying to do your taxes. This woman is pathetic. This woman is evil. She should definitely be behind bars and not posting on IG. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Where should these kids go? The father of the 12-year-old said that he was in the middle of a custody battle. Why would you think that Raven would try to keep the kid instead of giving custody to the father, considering that she did not want these kids anyway? Special thank you to Adrian. I appreciate you, Adrian, for all of your support, as well as Melvinia, Randy, KOD, Nuke, Dark Power, and Surshai. I want to thank Brian for alerting me and making sure this story was highlighted. I appreciate that. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.